All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Fruit juice. Fruit juice. Eric Litwiller in the house. How are you doing, bumface? Hills Walt just commented on something. Hills Walt just, yes, reminded me, posted the article about Andrew Watt, Ozzy Osbourne's producer, that tested positive for coronavirus. Meanwhile, Eric Litwiller posted positive for the bumface virus. Shut up. Oh, shit. Eric Litwiller just knocked the camera down with his fucking chapeau on a derriere crack. You piece of shit. I was just saying, just when he said that Andrew Watt has tested positive for the coronavirus and Eric Litwiller has tested positive for the bumface virus. Who's watching? I see it's 2 people. Who are you? Please identify yourselves. Eric Litwiller and who? Who are you? Who is the other person? A ghost. Someone's ghosting. So, what do you want to talk about? Let's take requests. Eric Litwiller, why don't you, what do you want to talk about? It's just you and me now. There's only one person watching, and it's Eric Litwiller. Hats for rear ends. Well, is underwear not a hat for your rear end? Okay, we have 2 people watching now. Thank you for joining, whoever you are, second person. Is there a way that I can see who's watching? I don't think I can. I have a ghost watching me. Well, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Throw me questions. Come on. Whoever you are. I guess everybody's too busy watching Wheel of Fortune tonight. Too busy watching Wheel of Fortune.
What the fuck is wrong with Wheel of Fortune?
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching me. Come on, whoever you are. Give me... Let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Come on. Throw a question at me. Throw a comment. What do you want to talk about? What's the equivalent for a dick hole with a hat? Zach Britton wants to know. Okay. Let's talk about Zach Britton. My nemesis. Zach Britton. Whatever I post, Zach Britton has the contrary opinion. He is my Bizarro. He is my evil Spock. Zach Britton is Spock's beard. Live long and fuck off. That's my comment for Zach Britton. Tell me your favorite Steve Morse guitar moment from Dixie Dregs, Deep Purple, and Flying Colors. Ooh, that's a really deep question. Okay, so Dregs, I do not have a lot of. I cannot really go deep on the Dregs. So I will say, just because I like the song, I really like The Bash by the Dregs, that kind of hoedown sound. Deep Purple, honestly, it's a simple moment that I like, and it's the repeating guitar melody, and sometimes I feel like screaming. And I like how each time he goes into that, each time he goes into it, it gets a little bit more intense, and maybe the bends get a little wider, and the vibrato gets a little bit more intense. So for me, top Deep Purple moment is sometimes I feel like screaming, particularly that melody. Flying Colors a lot tougher. I mean, that's such a brilliant album. What's the first song in the first album called? Hang on, let's look it up. Flying Colors, first album. Blue Ocean. There's some really sweet picking on Blue Ocean. Fuck, I mean, this is such a great album. The first Flying Colors album is so good. I never quite bonded with the second album like I did with the first. And that's not to say the second album isn't good, but the first one's just hit me. It's special. Kayla, The Storm, these are brilliant songs. And of course the playing's brilliant too. And you know, honestly, I think the singer, Casey McPherson's fantastic. He's very different. He's not like an Ian Gillan or even, you know, a typical rock singer at all. He sounds more like a singer-songwriter guy, but he's fronting this incredible progressive rock band. Can't say enough good stuff about Flying Colors, my man. Well, it's just you and me, so ask me another question. Ask me another opinion question. Thank you. Uncle Meat seconds me on Sometimes I Feel Like Screaming. Here, I'll put on the show for nobody who's watching. These are, I think, what were they, Burger King glasses? I can't remember where these came from. But they're Star Trek, the 2009 reboot glasses. I believe it's 2009. This one is Lieutenant Uhura, as played by Zoe Saldana. Did I say that right? Saldana. Tell me a band everybody likes and I just don't get. Fuck. I have a band on the tip of my tongue that I want to say, but it's not that I don't get them. It's that I don't understand the mystique of Tool. Like, it's not that I don't get them. I don't get why people are so ravenous for Tool. I like the music. I appreciate the albums. I don't go to them frequently. I can live without Tool, honestly, in my life if it came down to that desert island situation. So I guess I'm going to say Tool. It's a really good question, though. Yeah. Cheers to you, Eric Litwiller. You are a god of rock, just so you know. I might be just drunk on fruit punch, but maybe I'm going to get a little emotional here. Eric Litwiller is a fucking solid human being. And, you know, he's been there for me. God, when did I meet him? Like 20 years ago? You know, we got closer after the record store and when I started going to Sausage Fest and stuff. But, you know, cheers to you. Love almost without fail. 110%. I mean, what can I say? On the drums, Carey, fuck, the guy's a genius. You know, he might be the closest thing we ever have to another Neil Peart. Danny Carey. Okay, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but maybe it's Maynard that I don't get. It's Maynard. Maynard is what I don't get. There's my answer. It's not Tool. It's Maynard. Okay, throw another one at me. Or follow-up question. What is the worst movie ending of all time? Okay, tell you what. I'm going to just freestyle this a little bit before I arrive at an answer. I'm going to kind of talk my way through this. I think one of the most disappointing movie endings for me what was that fucking movie? No, you know what? I don't even remember the movie clear enough to say it. I'm going to take some time on this. Throw me another question and I will come back to that one. That one deserves a lot of thought put into it to come up with a definitive answer. I mean, you said of all time. Give me a backup question. I will come back to it as I think. Why the bum face? Okay. Why does my face look like a bum? Is there like a line going down the middle of my face? Is there poo coming? Why am I a bum face? If I had like a line drawn down the middle, maybe I could do one with my fingernail here. Do like a line down the middle of my head. Does it kind of looks like a butt now? Yeah, it does. It actually kind of looks like a butt now. It does. My face currently right now looks like a butt. Worst movie ending of all time. You know, when I was a kid, I might have actually said The Empire Strikes Back. I wasn't happy with that ending when I was a kid. Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull was pretty bad. That's up there, man. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is definitely a contender. We'll come back to this again. But that's a contender, Crystal Skull. Throw something else at me. Come on, throw something else at me, you self-isolating SOBs. Come on! As I drink my fruit punch in my Star Trek, the reboot Zoe Saldana glass. Come on, throw some questions at me. Something. Let's start a conversation here. Who is the ugliest male actor of all time? Arnold Schwarzenegger. No. Don't hate me. I'm going to be, maybe this is mean. Clint Howard. Is Titanic possibly the worst movie ending of all time? She throws the fucking heart of the ocean back to the ocean? That could be the worst movie ending of all time. Titanic. Maybe. Wrong. Buster Keaton. Well, hang on. Let's Google Buster Keaton because I've only ever seen him like kind of dressed up in. Oh Jesus, you're right. Yeah, Buster Keaton for the win. You're not kidding. It's like the top part of his head comes from one person and the bottom half of his head is a totally different person's head. That's wild. Good observation there, meat man. Oh, fuck. I do like Tommy. Shoot me. I like Tommy. You know what? I'm going to look around this room for something to start a conversation. Ha ha! Look, it's my favorite Who studio album. It has, on disc 1, the entire Tommy album. And on disc 2, studio outtakes and demos. Then it has more demos. It's not even better than that, though. Live at Leeds, the deluxe edition with the expanded Live at Leeds on disc 1, and all of Tommy performed live on disc 2. This is my favorite Who album. Doesn't count because it's not a studio album, according to the question. But this is my favorite Who album. And I don't have a lot of Who. I have maybe 4 or 5 other discs in the collection. A lot of them are live. So I'm not a Who expert by any stretch of the imagination. Word association. Only one word is a reaction. I will say the first word that comes to my mind. Buster Keaton, really, he wasn't a good-looking guy. While I wait for Uncle Meat's question, I will just say I'm checking my email as I do this, and I just received a comment on a really, really old review that I wrote for the first Winger album. And I'm always curious when I see a comment on an old review, because it's oftentimes some dick who's just kind of picking nits. So let's see. It's a funny comment. They should have called the band Wiener. Uncle Meat, you appreciate that, right? Wiener? Yeah, you do. Okay, word association. 7, the movie. Morgan Freeman. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Morgan Freeman's word association with that movie. All right, so let's see what else we got here. We got some comments on my loudness review. Let's read some of these comments out loud. Michael says, oh, sorry. I apologize. Michael says, I agree. This is a fantastic album. I would have given it 4.5 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I saw them on this tour, and that MZA thing worked very well live. Thank you for that comment, Michael. Jeff says, a mean old dog bite never sounded so appealing. Because I compared the riffs to a mean old dog. John says, good one, Mike. They are from the Gene Simmons School of Writing. He is a fan of leaving the placeholder lyrics in place if it sounded cooler than another more appropriate lyric. MZA! Deke. I bought this album at the time and it was decent. Then I stopped. Maybe I had too much MZA? Maybe. Oh, 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan. Jerry Ryan? Sorry, I don't have a better answer than that. Sorry, Eric. Jerry Ryan. Boobs. How's that? Boobs. 1537 says, I really liked the MZA story. That's cool. The MZA story or MZA story is just that when they wrote the song, they're Japanese. English is not their first language. So they had a placeholder lyric in MZA. Dun, 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 MZA. Dun, 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 dun. Scott Mitchell in the house saying, nice hat. Thank you. I'm going to tell you a story about this hat, actually. It's from the Olympics. And this was actually Jen's granddad's hat. And she let me keep it. And I really appreciated that. It's a who the hell is Frank Thumbs? Frank Thumbs? Who is Frank Thumbs? You knew there would be a story. I love the hat, Scott. I love it, and Jen appreciates that I've carried it on. You know, Frank Thumbs, whoever you are, welcome to the live stream. So just to get everybody caught up, who's checking in now, I'm going to be doing live streaming as much as I can when I feel like it over the coming days and weeks to alleviate boredom. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. We were just discussing some comments that I've been receiving today. So why don't, Eric Litwiller, why don't you throw another question at me in final answer to what is the worst movie ending of all time, I'm actually going to say Titanic, because I don't understand why she would have thrown the heart of the ocean back in the water. Like, I was dumb. Dumb. Thor Ragnarok. Okay, what's the ending of that? Can you remind me? Refresh my memory. What's the ending to Thor Ragnarok? I'm trying to remember. Remember Goldblum didn't get away. He ended up on the junk planet, I think. Shit, I'm almost out of battery power again. Ah, damn it. Well, this has been fun. Let's wrap up. Eric, refresh my memory on this Thor Ragnarok ending, and I'll answer that question. Might be this will be the last live stream for tonight because the battery keeps dying and blah 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 blah. No bum face. Word association, dink. Oh! Sorry, I thought you meant Thor Ragnarok was the worst movie ending of all time. Okay, word association with Thor Ragnarok. Tessa Thompson. You'll know where my head is at. I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for tuning in, all three of you. And, yeah, we'll do this again after my batteries had a chance to charge. Bum face. I'm listening to the new Ozzy Osbourne. No. Here, I'm going to turn it off. Anybody? Is anybody watching? I don't think anybody's watching. Oh, someone's watching. Maybe it's just me, though. I was listening to the new Ozzy. Here 'tis. Booklet fell out. Ozzy Osbourne, Ordinary Man. I don't know what the regular CD looks like, but you can see this one's like a shiny... See that shiny, silvery... It's embossed. The bonus track is called A Dark Side Blues, exclusive to Japan. I don't like this. I don't like it. I'm going to pick up that booklet. There's one song I ran into so far that I liked. It's called Live Bum... You... Fuck you, meat. Here's the booklet for the Japanese edition. You can see it here. Your shiny bum... Is it shiny? I guess it is kind of shiny. Anyway, I've ran into one song in the new Ozzy that I like. It's called Scary Little Green Men. I haven't really run into any other songs that I like. Now it's just meat. Fucking Chris Sarv. No, it's not even meat. Your face is a booklet. Fuck you guys. I only ran into one song that I liked. It's called Scary Little Green Men. Meat's an asshole. I don't like it. It's generic. The guitar player... You fucking prick. You know you're the only one watching right now. I don't know. How do we get more people to watch this? Fuck, nobody wants to watch me. Okay. Well, nobody's watching, so I'm going to finish, but maybe I'll try this again later on. I think we've fixed the audio issues. Wouldn't mind some feedback if anybody could check in. Wouldn't mind some feedback on the audio. I know the video is shit. It's because my phone is charging now. My phone has the better camera, but my computer has the better microphone. So as Ricky would say, it's a catch-23 situation. But I would love some feedback on the audio if anybody is listening. Not a Queensryche song? Is there anybody? No, I could probably get the melody completely wrong. Yeah, shoot me some feedback on the audio, please. Anybody, if you are out there watching in video land, I will hang on. I'll just keep talking until I get some feedback. But I think we fixed the audio. Hey, here's something interesting. Can't remember where I got this. Phenomena is the name of the band. Glenn Hughes on lead vocals. Let's take a look inside here. I haven't played this in years. I remember liking a lot of the songs. Featuring Glenn Hughes, Cozy Powell, Mel Galley, Richard Bailey, John Thomas, Neil Murray, and other special guests. So there's a lot of Whitesnake alumni there, and Glenn Hughes speaks for himself. Sorry, I'm not getting this camera quite right. Not used to this laptop. I remember 3 of these tracks are really excellent. Kiss of Fire, Still the Night, and Phoenix Rising are all brilliant songs. I don't remember the rest of them. Dance with the Devil, Believe, Who's Watching You, Hell on Wings, Twilight Zone. Actually, Twilight Zone, I think I remember that tune. And Phenomena. I remember this being a lot of good European rock tracks. Glenn Hughes speaks for himself. I'll have to give that a play sometime in the near future. My tape deck's not the greatest. Maxiax keeps wanting to sell me a tape deck, but I ain't 100% sure that it's going to be any better than what I got. So, excuse me. I'm drinking fruit juice out of my Star Trek 2009 drinking glass with Zoe Saldana as Lieutenant Uhura. Nobody's watching, are they? Come on, people. Come on. Where the fuck are y'all? Where are you all, you fucking assholes? I seem to have lost my audience. We were on a really good live stream rampage earlier. But maybe I'm low energy now. I'm low energy Mike Ladano right now, I guess. Because nobody's watching. No, as far as I can tell, nobody's watching anyway. Maybe I can. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop because it ain't no fucking good with it. Oh wait, hey, Scott Peddle. Scott Peddle, we have an audience. Thank fuck. Thank fuck we have an audience. Oops, shit. Sorry. Scott Peddle is in the house. Scott Peddle. What we are doing is answering questions. Throw me a question. Please. Scott Peddle. I really don't like this interface, by the way. I have no way of seeing if anybody's watching me from what I can tell. I'm just going to click things. Oh, I don't know. How big is that collection? That's a fraction. That's just a fraction. That's 3,000 CDs is my best estimation at this point. They're in 3 different rooms. Only half of them are on proper shelving at this point. It's yeah, you're the only one so far. Might be a little late on a Friday night for people our age group at this point. 9:30 is awful late for people in their 40s, right, Boomer? I might have to call it a night. Maybe try again a little bit later. What's the compromise with Jen on real estate? Well, it ain't pretty, I'll tell you that. I think she would fairly argue that I take up a lot more real estate in here than she does. Somebody else just I got two computers going right now. Andrew Dietrich joined. Holy shit! Now there's a guy I haven't seen in like 10 years. This is a really shitty setup, but yeah. Anyway, her real estate takes up a lot less real estate than mine. I got a lot of shit, man, and I'm kind of addicted to buying CDs, so it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Throw another question at me. I'll stay on as long as if I can get 2 people watching at a time, I'm thrilled. So let's keep going. I'll keep going until my chicken wings are ready. I can smell them. Jesus Christ, how do I get rid of that? Fuck. How the fuck do I get rid of that? Fuck. There we go. That's better. Stupid thing. Who's there? Hey, who's watching? Who's online? Who are you? Who is watching me? Identify yourself. All right. Frank Thoms. Hey, Frank Thoms. How are you doing, Frank Thoms? What's going on, Frank Thoms? No, Frank Thoms, you're the only one here right now. Although I just hit invite on a whole bunch of shit. So I guess either people will tune in or they'll be not really happy that I did that. Guess we'll see. I'll just continue showing off albums that are next to me, and if anybody shows up, great. Okay, here's one. Is the picture backwards? I don't know how to fix that. Is everything in reverse? Frank Thoms, that's how it's pronounced. I don't even know you. I don't even know you, man. Where do I know you from? Okay, so Frank, are you watching? You say also watching Battlestar Galactica. Which one? The original one from the 70s or the reboot from the 2000s? Hey, Jamie Morrison. How are you doing? Yes, what? What does that mean, Frank? Yes, what? The original one or the one from the 2000s? You guys are not making this easy on me. Must be a mirror function. Yeah, I know. I don't know how to switch that. I'll have to figure that out when I'm done live streaming. I prefer my face in reverse. Jamie Morrison reboot. Yeah. Okay, so Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, the original one from the 70s was pretty cheesy, but I really always enjoyed the spaceship designs. Yes, I know I've been watching the odd episode here and there. The reboot I love. I mean, Edward James Olmos is fantastic. I can't say enough good stuff about the reboot, except that maybe it got a bit confusing towards the end. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't got there. I'm going to burp in a second here. 2000, yeah. When it came out, I remember not being very excited about it. Like, I saw trailers for it, and it was a scene of from the pilot episode where Katie Sackhoff punched Colonel Ty and knocked him out, in the card game at the start of the series. And I didn't like it. I thought, well, not only did they needlessly recast Starbuck, but they also made her just nasty, and I didn't like her. Hey, Jamie, take care, bud. Anyway, so it took me a few years to get into Battlestar Galactica reboot, but when I did, I went in full bore and just, rocked it. It's an awesome series. I love it. I also particularly like that it had a large number of Canadian stars, Battlestar Galactica, including John Piper Ferguson from Hardcore Logo. Who's watching? Come on, check in, people. Let's see some comments. Ask some questions. Throw the questions my way. Throw the questions my way. I will continue to show off musical items here. This is Phenomena, featuring Glenn Hughes on lead vocals. 4 excellent tracks on this one. Kiss of Fire, Still the Night, Phoenix Rising, and Twilight Zone. Just fantastic tracks on Phenomena. I would like to get this on CD. I do not have it on CD. Throw some questions my way, Frank Thumbs. Let's have some fun. We're all stuck at home. Amazon Prime can wait. This is live. This is real life, man. This is real. The real deal. He's the man they call Frank Thumbs. His name's not Tom's. It is Frank Thumbs. No matter what he says, it is Frank Thumbs. It's not Frank Tom's. It is Frank Thumbs. Did you like that song? I do shit like that, you know. I just spontaneously will write a piece of music just for you. Come on. Somebody ask me a question. Throw me a question. Let's have some fun. What could you possibly be doing? How much did you pay for the reading behind you? The reading? I don't know what you're talking. The reading? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, Predator King. Good question. I have to remember where I got him. I want to say I paid a deuce. Put to music, yes. I will always put everything to music. I paid a deuce. You know your man is working hard. He's worth a deuce. You know. And good on you for being able to identify Predator King, Mr. Frank. Frank Thumbs from... You know what, Frank? Okay, so Frank, if you were a professional wrestler, WWE wrestler, you, Frank Thumbs, would be from parts unknown. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. You would be from parts unknown. If you were a WWE wrestler. And if you were a WWE wrestler, you would also wear one of those Andre the Giant singlets. One of those black Andre the Giant singlets. That's what you would wear if you were a WWE wrestler. Mr. Frank Thumbs. Throw more questions my way. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on, I know there's got to be more people online to watch this. Let me see if I can invite some more people. Most people are ignoring my invite. Here, let's invite you. Oh, Mike Morwood. Yeah, let's invite him. All right, let's see if we can get some more people. Harrison! Harrison Kopp is in the house! Yes! You're going to jokingly ask me to re-review Virtual Lights because that's what I do. Well, thanks for having a good sense of humor, Mr. Harrison Kopp. You're a good man. Fuck, I'm running out of batteries again. Ah, shit. All right, let me see if I can rejig this a little bit. Let's try to balance everything. That's not so bad. Okay, we can do that. It's a little crooked, but we can do it. Frank Thumb says, it's really just us. No, there's 6 people watching, Frank. There's 6 people now. I feel like I've hit the big time. I'm not sure who all is watching, though. Somebody with a Neil Peart icon, but it's not Meats Neil Peart icon, because Meats has a mustache. Might be Ryan. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, we got Stone Soliani in the house. How you doing, Stone? How are things down in Stone Land? Actually, Harrison, funny you should mention, Whiplash just came up on Amazon Prime, and I have not seen it yet. Hey, Stone! Michael Moorwood's in the house! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Okay, sorry, back to Harrison's question. I have not seen Whiplash yet, but it just came up on my Amazon Prime, so it is bookmarked. I am going to watch it. I think it's the kind of movie I need to be in a mood for, because right now, with the state of the world as it is, I need light comedies right now, personally speaking, for my own mental health. And I'm being very serious here. I'm being 100% serious. I know everybody is dealing with the current situation in their own ways. And Stone Soliani, who is watching right now, I know he's been dealing with a lot of shit. He works... Oh my God, I feel so sorry for him. He works in a grocery store. Can you imagine right now working in a grocery store, mobbed by people? So I'm not I'm not comparing myself to anybody else, but I've had a pretty shit week. At my work, everybody's frayed to the fucking ends. It's not a pretty place to work right now. I'm not happy. I am trying to unwind tonight. I am trying to relax. I am trying to chill. And live streaming is fun when at least you got a couple people watching anyway. Back to Whiplash. Mr. Moorwood. I will definitely watch Whiplash, I promise. And have I ever seen Gentlemen Broncos? Oh, interesting. I haven't seen that, and I didn't realize it was by what's-his-face that did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. I do love those 2 movies. I might have lost both in my great DVD purge last year. I miss a lot of my movies, man. I miss a lot of my movies. Stone Soliani, the place flooded this morning from a storm, too. Oh, no. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, talk about adding insult to injury, man. That's awful. Man, you are... Anybody right now who is dealing with this worldwide situation in a good way and continuing to do the right thing, and Stone, man, you've been going to work and working so hard, and, you know, the community needs you. So much respect to you, man, like, and to everyone. You still had to work, even though, yes, you must have just felt like you were covered in crap by the end of the day, man. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Hey, while we're here, I'll show you my Kiss tattoo. That is my Paul Stanley Rose. I got that in the year 2000. It's a 20-year-old tattoo now. I would love to get it touched up, get the red all touched up, but now is not a good time to go out and get a tattoo, is it? No. Yeah, that's a shitty day at work, says Frank Thoms. Good old Frank Thoms. Where would we be without you, Frank Thoms? Um, fuck. So yeah, I heard my wife just gasp, but I think she's just watching Blue Bloods on TV. I don't think it's because of anything on the news. Although these days you just want to gasp every time you turn on the news. Oh man, and it's hard to avoid the news. I mean, it's like it's everywhere. If anybody's getting fat off the coronavirus, it's the news. Oh, I'm not gonna say that the message that we're getting from the news is wrong. I'm just saying it's the amount. We are getting so much of one thing, and it's too much to absorb, man. It is too much for any human being to absorb in their mind and their soul. You got to turn off the news and watch Battlestar Galactica and watch Whiplash and watch whatever that other movie you said was by the Napoleon Dynamite guy. You got to watch stuff like that and get your mind off this shit. And it's weird. My wife is out there. She's watching Blue Bloods right now, and it's strange to watch something where people are gathered together in crowds and going to restaurants and shit, and it just makes you like, fuck, what I wouldn't give to go to a restaurant tomorrow, but it is what it is, right? Michael Morwood, I feel like grocery stores being open is just insult to injury. Giant Tiger, yeah, you work at Giant Tiger in Preston, is a fucking madhouse. On top of the losers hoarding toilet paper, we also got crackheads. Hey, Glenn Murphy, thank you. Yes, I know you're a big fan. I'm sorry about the mirror thing. I don't know how to fix that. And yeah, Stone, good point, buddy. No positive news. They focus on all the negative with the pandemic. And Joe Deere connection. Hey, Shoo, how are you doing? Shoo! Yeah, Stone, no positive news. They focus on all the negative with the pandemic, and that's unfortunate and true, and fuck, what can you do, man? Like, you turn the channel, it's the same old shit. So you got to put on something different. You got to put on, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of my favorite people on YouTube. You can choose a million different channels on YouTube to get basically the same content, but I kind of keep going back to the same YouTubers, and I seem to really be drawn to ones with Australian accents, which is kind of funny. I just watched Minty Comedic Arts. He's one of my favorites. And Mr. Sunday Movies, who I think might be in the UK. I tend to watch the same guys over and over and over again. Find them entertaining, and it's certainly much better than watching the news. Like, it's the weekend now. Let's focus on some weekend shit, Anyway, earlier, Sunday movie, Michael Morwood, there you go, buddy. Earlier, when Uncle Meat was on, and I hope he comes back. So maybe, can somebody get Uncle Meat? Somebody get him in here? Michael, maybe you can message Meat and tell him to get online. Earlier, I was taking questions. Let's take questions. Oh, Harrison Kopp has a question. Have I heard the new Purple? Yes, sir. I played the new track only once. I'm not going to play it again right now, obviously, or I won't be able to talk. I played the new track once. I like it. I don't love it. It takes time to... New Deep Purple is not the same thing. I mean, we're talking about a bunch of guys that are, hitting 80, right? They're playing classy rock and roll, and it's not what I'm used to, and it's going to take some time to absorb completely. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about the new Purple yet. I really want to wait for the album. I really love the artwork for the album. Whoosh. Whoosh. Okay, so funny story for you guys. I pre-ordered back in February the new Def Leppard box set that came out today. Def Leppard, The Early Years. John T. Snow from Too Loud, Too Old Music. He received his Def Leppard box set today. I got a ship notification on mine that it would be shipping sometime between May and July. So, coronavirus has robbed me of my Def Leppard. I just find that funny that they sent me this notice saying between May and July. Like, yeah, thanks for sending me the email, Amazon. Keep up the good work. Stone Soliani, do you dig Five Finger Death Punch? Have not heard Five Finger Death Punch. My buddy Chris Thuss, who I wish was in this conversation right now, says I would not like them. Now, I don't know what that means, but he said I would not like them. Take that as you will. Oh, Michael Morwood is playing GTA 5 with Seb. Well, you should tell Seb to get in here. Let's have a chat. Seb, le fresh bastard, le Sebastien. That was a really horrible French accent. Shoot me some more questions. Let's go. Come on. I'm going to continue showing you CDs while I wait for questions. They're my guilty pleasure. Interesting. Interesting, Stone. I really don't know how to take that assumption that I would not like Five Finger Death Punch. I'm going to be right back. Hang on. I'm just going to go grab something for you guys to look at. I'm wearing shorts. Don't laugh. Ooh, there we go. Had to get the hat. I needed the hat. Is it snowing there? No, Stone. Actually, oh, that's a beauty, Frank Thumbs. I want that. Can I have that? Oh, man. Yeah, that's wicked. No, Stone, it is not snowing here. It was actually 15 degrees Celsius, which is well above freezing here this morning. Then it got really cold in the afternoon with some rain and some wind chill. And it's actually really cold right now, but no snow. In fact, most of the snow is melted. The only snow left is in snowbanks. You know what? I'm right next to a window. I'm going to open it, and I am going to see just how fucking cold it is right now. Oh, yeah. That's nut-chillingly cold. It's nipply. It's nipply. Yeah, that's cold. Don't know what it's supposed to be like tomorrow, but that's cold. Okay, throw me some questions. Let's go. Let's rock. Throw me some questions. Let's do this. It's Friday night, baby. It's a party. Cool hat. Thank you, Stone. In an earlier live broadcast today, thank you, Seb. You've seen this hat. I wore it to Sausage Fest. In an earlier live broadcast today, I mentioned this was Jen's grandfather's hat, and we found it after he passed away, and she let me keep it. And I love this hat. It's very special to me, and I really appreciate that she let me keep it. Throw me some questions. What do we got, guys? What's going on tonight? Who's doing what? We got Frank Thumbs. Frank Thumbs watching battles. Sorry, I'm trying to balance my phone here. I'm charging it, and there. There we go. There we go. Lemmy or Steven Tyler? Okay, that's a Stone Soliani, which I assume is an Italian name, which means that we're cousins. You know, you and I, we're cousins. Steven Tyler, because he is Tellerico, he's one of us. He's one of us. Lemmy, he's a Kilmister. He's not one of us. Ladano, Soliani, Tallarico. There's your answer. Hey, Seb. Yes, I heard you were gaming with Mike. That's really, really cool, man. I wish I was gaming with you, buddy. Harrison Kopp, speaking of SF, you think that's going to be affected this year? Would be a real shame if it is. I don't think it will be affected this year, but it remains to be seen. Uncle Meat posted a funny meme that he made in the Sausage Fest group that said, "Breaking news! Sausage Fest postponed to July 3, 4, and 5," which is the date we were gonna have it anyway. Okay, hang on. I gotta see some more comments here. Michael Morwood, any interest in seeing Primus play some Rush this summer? Yes, I mean, pending if there will be concerts this summer, yes. And Stone, that's awesome. I'm of the firm belief that if you are of a certain race, you are allowed to make fun of your own race. So I'm going to make an Italian joke here that I learned in grade 9. And I can do this because I'm Italian. And we have Stone here. And we have Steven Tyler. We're all Italian. So I can say this. The old Italian joke that I learned in grade 9, which was used against me, of course, was, "Hey, have you ever heard of the new Italian race tire? Oh, they're great. They go forward and they go backwards. But when they go flat, they go wop, 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 wop." Oh, Seb, Cyndi Lauper or Samantha Fox? That's easy, man. Samantha Fox. When I was growing up, again, going back to grade 9, Bob Shipper had Samantha Fox in his locker. And I remember he got in shit for something with one of the teachers. Mr. Payette was the teacher, French guy. And Mr. Payette was giving him shit for whatever it was. But then as he was done giving him shit, he pointed at Samantha Fox in his locker and said, "Hey, that one's topless." And walked away. Mr. Payette. He was freaking awesome, man. One of the best teachers I ever had. And I do like to appreciate the good teachers, because I think teachers, they get shit on a lot these days. And I cannot speak to what teachers today are like. I don't have any kids. I never will, which is unfortunate. But a lot of really good teachers in my personal history. And Mr. Payette was one of them. And I'll never forget... I will never forget that Samantha Fox, "Hey, that one's topless," and then he just walked away. All right, Stone Soliani, you still have your Samantha Fox cassette? Yes, because she did have a singing career. She wasn't just in posters. She was a fox, man. She was a fox. Lauren Cuban, hello. I don't know who you are. Who are you, Lauren Cuban? Hello. It's who? Oh, it's one of Jen's cousins. Well, hello, Jen's cousin. Jennifer is just in the washroom next to me, brushing her teeth. She is watching my live stream, Jennifer. Whoa. So that's kind of cool. Hey, how are you doing? All right, keep going. Shoot me a question. Let's go. It's Friday night. Woo! Let's party! Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that it is Friday night and this is what we are doing. Okay, shoot me a question. If you don't shoot me a question, I'm just going to keep showing you CDs. And I can only do so much of that because I only... Okay, we got a question. Lasagna or bacon? Man. They serve two different purposes, Stone. You can't make me choose between lasagna or bacon. They serve two different purposes. But you're going to make me choose, aren't you? Because you're the grocer, and this is important to your job. Oh, Lauren Cuban is stuck in Texas for quarantine, and she's bored. Oh, Jen really, she really sympathizes with you. I don't think she's going to show up on screen here because she's kind of feeling in casual mood tonight. But I'm passing on your messages to her. She's not too far away, and she's thinking about you. Sorry, okay, back to Stone Soliani, lasagna or bacon. That's a nasty question. That's a really unfair question. Bacon. Final answer.
Gotta keep it as Canadian as you can.
And Jen applauds my answer because it's Canadian. So there you go. Come on, throw me some more questions. Oh, there we go. Okay. Michael Morwood. Okay, Michael, here's the thing. I did get into gaming 30 years ago, buddy. The last time that I was really, really into gaming was like, 1989. Oh, Stone Soliani, Samantha Fox or Cher. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the Cher fans out there, but I'm just not a Cher fan. I admire her voice. I admire her talent. There's Jennifer.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Lauren.
I admire her talent. I've just never been attracted to Cher. And I thought it was...
Should really be talking about attracted with your
It
wife?
was a question. Stone Soliani asked the question. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Stone Soliani.
Yeah, but you're the one talking about who's hot. Stone isn't.
I am obligated to answer the questions. I'm obligated. I'm obligated. I've got 6 people watching me.
You're obligated to sleep on the couch.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm joking. You can talk about
If
hot chicks.
Stone, I'm telling you right now, if you were not the only one asking questions, you'd be cut off. Cut off.
Don't worry, you're not sleeping on the couch. I'm
Okay,
just gonna make you watch hockey and basketball reruns.
Oh, Lauren says you're looking good. Jen says
thanks.
Lauren says you're looking good. Frank Thoms. Frank Thoms for the winning question, okay? Frank Thoms. Bacon or prosciutto? Buddy. Ladano. Tallarico. Soliani. You know what the answer is. It's prosciutto. Of course it's prosciutto. Come on, man. You know what? I'll tell you a story. Maybe 10 years ago, my buddy Peter bought me for Christmas a giant chunk of prosciutto uncut. And I like to cut it nice and thick. It's delicious. Okay, I got more questions to catch up to here. Moonstruck is a fabulous movie, says Stone. Oh, Sebastian Xavier Meunier. Oh, Sebastian. Come on, you can't make me choose between Picard or Kirk. You cannot do that. That is not fair. 7 of 9 or Crusher or Troy. Crusher. I like redheads. I'm saying this with Jen's cousin watching. I like redheads, I just said. Oh my god, you guys are embarrassing me. Crusher though. You guys are getting me in so much shit tonight. Oh man, talk about social distancing. She's gonna be social distancing me with all these questions. But I can't cut you off because you're the only ones asking me questions. Yeah, Jen says she doesn't care. We're all good. Now, Sebastian Xavier Meunier, I would like to answer your Picard Kirk question. Picard. As much as I love original old school Captain Kirk, there's just no competition with the intellect, the thoughtfulness, the compassion of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Picard for the win. Final answer. Okay, we have more questions here. Stone Soliani, Charlie's Angels or Dragnet? I was always a Dragnet fan, Stone. I can't remember the actor's name now. Harry Morgan, was that his name? Harry Morgan for the win. Final answer, Dragnet. Harrison Kopp, obligated to answer, eh? Well then, Harrison or Holen? Mwahaha. Buddy, I love you both equally. I believe Holen was there before you, though. So if you were forcing me to choose, I would have to go by seniority, which would fall to Holen, I believe, having arrived earlier than you. Not necessarily final answer, though. Okay, Lauren Cuban, mozzarella versus Parmesan. Ah, it's a marvelous question, isn't it? It's an easy answer for me. I love Parmesan. And 2 days ago, Jen managed to make it out to a grocery store and actually buy some food. And she bought me a giant wedge of Parmesan. And I'm so looking forward to getting my little Parmesan grinder going and drizzling that over some pasta or a pizza or what have you. Parmesan, final answer. All right, let's go with some more questions. Who's got some more questions? I'm gonna keep singing. I'll keep singing till you tell me to shut up. Harrison Kopp, what time is it right now in Australia? Harrison Kopp. Harrison Kopp. Harrison Kopp to the front of the class, please. Hey, you know what? Just for fun, everybody tell me what time it is where you are right now. Okay, wow, I'm getting hammered with questions here. Okay. First of all, Harrison Kopp, it is 11:23 in the morning. Well, right now it is 11:23 in the evening on Friday. And you are in Saturday right now, I believe. Okay, Lauren Cuban, eggplant Parmesan or chicken Parmesan? That's easy. Do I look like I eat eggplant? Come on. Chicken Parmesan. Chicken Parmesan. Top Gun or Days of Thunder? I'm going to go Days of Thunder. No. Yes, Days of Thunder. That's the one. And I won't get into the story now because I wrote about it a couple weeks ago. The song Last Note of Freedom from Days of Thunder has a lot of personal meaning to me. Whereas nothing on the Top Gun soundtrack really has any personal meaning to me at all. So Days of Thunder for the win. Stone Soliani, it is 11:24, same here. Lauren Cuban, it is 10:24 where you are. So we are an hour ahead of you. It's 11:24 here. Frank Thoms actually has no time zone because he is actually located somewhere in parts unknown. Stone Soliani, you can only hoard one, bacon or toilet paper. Well, sir, that's a tough question because while personally I would rather have the bacon, and since a cured meat would last longer, not last longer, but a cured meat can last, I would prefer to hoard the bacon, but from my current understanding of modern day economics as of March 2020, toilet paper is more valuable than a barrel of oil right now. And I'm not even fucking kidding about this. Pardon my French. I'm going to swear a little bit as it gets later at night. A thing of toilet paper costs more than a barrel of Canadian crude oil right now. How fucked is that? I can go to Subway and buy a combo for the same amount of money as it would cost to buy a barrel of Canadian crude oil right now. We're living in the Twilight Zone, people. Okay, next question. Harrison Kopp, thoughts on the Sweet? I don't know much about the Sweet, my friend. I'm 47 years old and I've only begun my exploration into rock music. It's bizarre. There's always more bands to discover. If you asked me about T-Rex, I couldn't tell you more than 2 or 3 different albums. I've got so much learning to do in music still to this day, and the Sweet is not a band I have an opinion on yet. Michael Morewood. Galaxy or Landmark? Fucking hell! Shit! Galaxy or Landmark? Which one's which? Follow up below with another comment and I will answer. Mission Impossible or Bourne Identity? That was from Frank Thoms. Neither. I guess Mission Impossible. That's the only one I've seen. I've never seen a Bourne movie. Stone Soliani thinks that was funny. Frank Thoms, I only leave the void for the Sausage Fest. That's true, because, he is actually, this Frank guy, I don't know who he is. Nobody does. He just keeps coming to Sausage Fest year after year after year after year. I only, learned his name, a week ago. So strange. Really strange. Lauren Keevan, we were out in Texas, and yes, it's flipping expensive. Yeah, no kidding, eh? Holy cow. I have no frame of reference for what is going on right now. Michael Morwood, movie theaters. No, I know movie theaters, buddy, but which one is which? Which one is Galaxy and which one is Landmark? I don't know. One of them's on Fairway and one of them's down on Silver City. If you tell me the locations, then I can answer your question. And I do have an answer. I have a very good answer, but you have to tell me which one's which. I have to go get a drink. I'm going to be right back, okay? Hang on 1 minute. 1 minute. Don't you dare leave. I'll be back. I see you're watching.
Yeah.
How far behind are you? Oh, you're about a minute, maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my beverage. Fruit punch. Okay, next question. Jennifer, hockey or baseball? That's easy. Baseball sucks. Oh, I hate baseball. So boring. Oh. You might be cut off from asking questions at this point. Hockey, final answer, locked in. Michael Morwood. Also, you ever listen to Leaf Hound? No, Michael, that's a unless I've listened to it with you and the guys at Sausage Fest, then no. I'm weird with finding new bands. But Sausage Fest is a great way to be exposed to new bands. So unless I've heard them at Sausage Fest, no, I have not heard Leaf Hound. We have Harrison Kopp. Holland and I have had a rare disagreement. So I leave it to you to tiebreak. Oh, Maiden or Priest? Well, I think Harrison, his opinion was that Judas Priest is the superior band over Iron Maiden. Now, it could be a very divisive issue. And, Stone Soliani and Frank Thoms and Michael Morwood, you are welcome to all of you are welcome to chime in here. As much as Judas Priest were important to carve a path for where Iron Maiden would eventually be, I have to say that I think Maiden is the superior band. Judas Priest have made more than a couple kind of crappy albums. And I don't think Maiden have done as much mediocre material as Priest has. I don't think Maiden have had as many rough patches as Priest. It's a fine line because Priest were there first. Priest were doing the dual guitar thing first before Maiden. But I think Maiden took what Priest were doing and took it to the nth degree. Maiden, final answer, locked in. Lauren Cuban, hockey or footballs? I'm not a football fan. Not a football fan. Sorry, Uncle Meat is a football fan. He likes the New England Patriots, I believe is the name of the football establishment that he likes. The New England Patriots. Okay, Frank Thoms agrees. Maiden. Stone Soliani, good comment. Turbo and Nostradamus albums by Priest are not that good. Now, I'm going to disagree with you on Turbo, but only because I have a personal preference to it. Okay, the questions are coming fast and furious. Michael Morwood, favorite of the big four? Metallica. Yeah, Metallica. Lord Cuban, ew. Now, is that an ew to the New England Patriots? Because we have a New England Patriots fan in the house right now. Now, if you'll pardon me for a second, I'm just going to see if I can find anybody else here to invite to the group. Okay. See if any more people will show up. Okay, let's move on. More questions. Okay, so my New England is awful. Uncle Meat's got a pair of New England Patriots slippers. Harrison Kopp, any thoughts on soccer? Not particularly. I have a friend. He's an Egyptian engineer, and he's very much into soccer. He can talk to me for an hour about how much he loves the strategy and just everything about it. He can go on and on and on, and that's great. Here's the thing, though. You might as well be talking to a brick wall, because I don't give a shit about sports. I just don't. Jennifer opened the Pandora's box earlier with her fucking question about, what do you like better, hockey or baseball? And the next thing you know, I'm getting flooded with sports questions. I don't like sports. What the fuck do I know about sports? I was the kid that was picked last in baseball. Every time. Every time. For a good reason. And Eric Litwiller seems to agree with me about Metallica. Oh, no, Metallica being his least favorite of the big four. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know. Whatever. I like Anthrax. I just don't own as much Anthrax, so I think I answered that question based on the number of CDs I have. I have way more Metallica. I've got like fucking 40 Metallica CDs. Munsters or Addams Family? Frank Thoms. I'm going to say the Addams Family. Yeah. Although I really liked, I can't remember the guy who played the Munsters. Anyway, I'm coming up short with names. Stone Zuliani, soccer is for ABBA fans. I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't give a shit about soccer, and I don't give a shit about ABBA. So the soccer is for ABBA fans. Okay, Herman Munster, was that the dad's name in that show? Leafs or Bruins? Think carefully. Bruins. Final answer. Locked in. The guy who played Herman Munster, who also happened to be in My Cousin Vinny. That was awesome. Loved that guy. Great actor. Can't remember his name for the life of me. Go sleep on the couch. Yeah. At this rate, I'm starting to get sleepy already. I might talk myself to sleep. The question of the ages: Metallica or Megadeth? No, and I'll tell you honestly why. Yeah, Herman Munster was the judge. Thank you, Stone. I can't remember the actor's name, and I'll know it as soon as you say it. Okay, so Harrison, back to your question: Metallica or Megadeth? A simple answer, man. I can only listen to Dave Mustaine's voice for about an hour at a time. It really is harsh. There's no question that it's hard on the ears after an hour of persistent Dave Mustaine. And that's not to say that Metallica's not abrasive sometimes, because I pretty much can't listen to Saint Anger in one sitting. I pretty much have to break it up into 2 sittings. It's really hard on the ears. It gives me a headache if I don't break up Saint Anger into 2 sittings. Yeah. Okay. Stone Soliani. Herman Munster was the judge. Metallica over Megadeth. Yes, sir. Metallica over Megadeth. Agreed. Again, if I'm going by the size of my CD collection, I got way more Metallica. Harrison Kopp. Yeah, but isn't that true of most vocalists, that live they're just a little bit more shaky? I obviously not every vocalist sucks live, but certainly every vocalist is better in the studio, wouldn't you say? Stone Soliani. I love Metallica's cover of Whiskey in the Jar. Dude, Metallica's cover of Whiskey in the Jar is what got me into Thin Lizzy in the first place, man. So, yep. That is 110% right there. 150%. I can hear that Jen's watching the news in the other room, so let's keep this conversation going so I don't have to listen to the fucking news in the other room, okay? Keep the questions rolling. Let's go. I'm getting drunk on fucking fruit punch here, man. I'm getting... I don't want to go to bed. I'm starting to feel sleepy here. So, let's not... You know... Okay, hang on. I missed... Okay, Stone, blah, blah, blah. Nice, yes, Stone, yes. Pat Benatar is much more awesome in rocking live. Never listen. Okay, that's an interesting comment. I have heard that Pat Benatar is fucking awesome live. I've never seen her live. I've never listened to her live album, but I've heard that before. So I'm willing to believe you, Harrison Kopp. Eric Litwiller. Okay, so I'm going to read Eric Litwiller's comment. I'm not necessarily going to comment on it, but I'm going to read it. Let's get comfortable here. I'm not in a very comfortable spot. If Palpatine was already killed, he comes back. So why is he being killed at the end of Reek of Gaywalker? An accomplishment. What a pointless piece of shit. I have no neck. Okay, let's go. Participation, class participation. Let's go, let's go. Stone Soliani. Pat Benatar live in Pennsylvania 10 years ago. She and her hubby rocked. That's right. Her hubby is her guitar player, or is he her keyboard player? Refresh my memory. Eric Litwiller, bumface. Okay, so we did this earlier. If I kind of like draw a line down the middle of my forehead, I can make it look like my forehead is a butt. Neil Giraldo, guitar. That's her husband? Mr. Litwiller? Is that what you're telling me? Mr. Eric Lightweiler? Have I had too much fruit punch this evening? Hey, are Michael Morwood and Sebastian Xavier Meunier still around? Are you guys still around, Sebastian Xavier Meunier? Yes, bumface. Hey, there's Sebastian Xavier Meunier, butthead, yes? Actually, if you remember Cool Runnings with John Candy And the one guy says, how about I draw a line on your head and it looks like a butt? Well, that's what I've done here. I've drawn a line on my head and it looks like a butt. Oh, worst band I ever saw live. It's a tough question. Worst band I ever saw live might have been Haywire, opening for Helix in 1987. Either that or FUHQ, opening for Eric Litwiller in 1987. One of those two bands. Oh, Sebastian Xavier Munier is leaving because Meat is here. And Max the Axe Jr., yes. Go Go lose a war, French bastard. Oh, my God. My God. We have enough to deal with today in this day and age. Eric Lightweiler, son of Lemmy Killweiler. Okay. Come on. Let's go. Questions. Throw some questions this way. Hear about the French rifle, Seb? It was never fired. It dropped once. Hey, Eric Litwiller, have you ever heard the joke about the Italian race tire? They go forward, they go backward, but when they go flat, they go wop, 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 wop. And you know what might be fun? I'm going to play you guys something. Something. Where is it? I hope you can hear this when I play it. Here it is. Hope you can hear this.
He's making meat for him and John Brown. You think I'm kidding? His name is really John Brown. John Brown. Everybody loves John Brown. John Brown. He's a poor man's Jon Snow. John Brown.
He went to the
Public access Jon Snow. He's John Brown. You think I'm lying, but his name's really John Brown. Returns on my dildos.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're all
John Brown dildos. John Brown. Every John Brown dildo has been inside of John Brown. John Brown tested. John Brown approved. John Brown.
How do you have that at your immediate disposal? If you only knew. If you only knew. Michael Morwood, I can't answer that question. I cannot answer that question. How do you have that at your immediate disposal? Are you kidding, man? That Sausage Fest gold. That is going to get used so much in videos and everything. Here's a good one for you, too.
So, Eric, how do you feel this morning?
Like I'm getting cuckolded.
I don't know if you could hear that one or not. What do you mean that you live in a weird cave, Michael Morwood? What does that mean? You live in a weird cave. Harrison Kopp, if I told you something belonged in a museum, how would you respond? So do you, Dr. Jones. Did I get it right? I know I got it right. It's not really a question. I know I got it right. Come on, guys. Come on, let's go. More questions. More questions. It's almost midnight here in Canada. Sebastian Xavier Munier. Watch this and wait for it. I don't know what that means. Make sure wife watches too. She can't see anything. Best Rush album, Michael Morwood. I'm a 2112 fan, my friend. A lot of that is due to personal bias. 2112 was one of my first Rush studio albums. My first Rush studio album was Counterparts. And that album holds a special place in my heart to this day. But I think but then again, Moving Pictures is so good. Okay, you know what? I'm changing my answer. Moving Pictures. Moving Pictures. Final answer. Locked in. Harrison Kopp. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Of course. Of course. Thank you, Harrison. Ooh, Stone Soliani. What is the worst album you currently own? I don't know. I have an Yngwie Malmsteen covers album that I just hate. But a lot of people don't understand why I hate it. I just find it really bland, poorly produced, poorly sung. There's nothing wrong with his playing, but it goes on and on and on and on and on. And he covered like 4 Deep Purple songs, and I think like 5 Blackmore tunes altogether, including some Rainbow. You know, it was too much. So I'm going to say that Yngwie Malmsteen covers album was probably the worst one that I currently own. Okay, next. In the rise of Cockblocker, how many TIE fighters are you aware of that have hyperdrive or shields? I cannot remember this detail here. I think that the Final Order had TIE fighters with shields and hyperdrives or something like that. Whatever, man. Now you're nitpicking. You're being a nitpicky pick. You prick. More like the rise of Meat Walker. Michael Morwood, Farewell to Kings. I love it. What about it? That's your favorite? Is that your favorite Rush album? Is that what you're saying? Is that the best Rush album? Stone Soliani, my favorite. 2112, my favorite. Currently edited. Roll the Bones. Yes, Roll the Bones. That's a great album, man. Roll the Bones is the only one that I don't have on remastered CD. I have it on vinyl, like 200 gram vinyl. And yeah, I love Roll the Bones. It's underrated, man. Okay, let's see what else we got. Hey, Rob Daniels, how you doing? Eric Litwell, the answer is 1. Only in Cockblocker. I don't know what you're on about, Eric, honestly. I honestly don't know what you're on about. Favorite Deep Purple album? Mine is Stormbringer, number 2. Ooh, you know what song? I love those 2 albums. I'm going to go Perfect Strangers, number 2 as well. But for my number 1, I'm going Fireball. Oh my god. You guys, now you're all arguing about Star Wars and Rush and... Oh my god. Fireball. Yeah, good answer. Good answer, Eric Litweiler. Hey, so listen. Bob Rock or Rick Rubin? Bob Rock. Bob Rock. Bob Rock. Canadian, man. We got to stick together. Got to stick together, man. Plus, I got to say, the one thing that bugs me the most about Rick Rubin is that Rick Rubin never wears shoes. Like, what's with that? What's with that? What's with not wearing shoes? Like, what are we doing? Living in the jungle? George of the Jungle? Come on, Rick Rubin. Fuck, man. Favorite album cover? Blasphemous as it is, mine might be Virtual 11. No. Somewhere in Time. Eric Litwiller, of course it's Bob Rock, you like Motley Crue. And you know what? You're going to find this very fitting. My favorite Bob Rock production is, in fact, Motley Crue. Yes. Motley Crue. The self-titled Motley Crue. The one with John Corabi is my favorite Bob Rock. So, whatever. You're right. And Ruben kicks his ass. Yeah, kicks his ass with what? A bare foot? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ugh. Gross son of a bitch, Ruben. Thank you, Stone Soliani. For fucking voice of reason. Loverboy or Aldo Nova? Again. Oh, man. That's a good question. I'm gonna go Aldo, and it's only a personal preference. Aldo. Locked in. Final answer, man. Locked in. Somewhere in Time. Agreed, Sebastian Xavier Meunier. Well, listen, fellas, I'm starting to get a little tired here, and rather than slowly kind of wind down like a battery, I'm gonna call it a night. And yes, Rick Rubin produced the Dixie Chicks, and that was really cool. I am going to call it a night. I think I'm going to do this again tomorrow, though, because I had a good time. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but may it bring you peace, happiness, health, and, I don't know, alcohol, whatever you want. But have a good night. I'm going to probably hit the hay pretty soon, and thanks for hanging out, and rise of cockblocker, I guess, is what Uncle Meat would say right now. Rise of cockblocker. So have a good night, fellas. Thank you.